Located here in the centre of our democratic process is fortuitous, as I wanted to speak about the important role that information has as part of the bedrock of knowledge and wisdom, which are themselves critical in greasing the wheels of democracy. Accurate and reliable information needs to be seen as part of the basic infrastructure for any regional community, so that members of that community can contribute meaningfully to the debate about their future and obtain feedback about how their region is performing. While the term information infrastructure generally refers to the communication networks and associated software that support interaction among people and organisations, I wanted to discuss the important role that the HVRF has played in the development of the content which sits on those networks. Rather than seeing information infrastructure as just the poles, wires or wireless technology, which are the platforms used for transferring information, I want to argue that the information itself needs to be seen as an inherent part of that infrastructure. While the debate about information infrastructure today is generally about the rollout of the national broadband network, I want to suggest that having high quality information in which regional communities can have confidence is just as important as the network itself. Anybody who's at least a bit IT savvy these days uses Google to search for information. In fact, Google is not only a noun but often is used as a verb. We all know to Google is to search. If you Google Hunter region information, the first item that comes up is Hunter Facts, Hunter Valley Research Foundation. Mind you, if you just ask for Hunter information, you may be directed to the best places for hog hunting in Texas, as I found out. So one does have to be careful. But our Hunter at a glance and our various economic indicator publications and the at a glance publications on the table in front of you epitomise the type of information that we produce to help Hunter region stakeholders in their decision making. Data and information in themselves aren't enough to improve decision making. However, they serve as the foundation stones on which to build the knowledge which is critical to successful businesses and successful regions. Last year I spoke about the need for reliable statistical data and analysis, and I indicated that there are many ways people acquire and utilise information. Some people base their decisions on intuition. Some base their decisions on what those with experience and authority have told them, and yet throughout history the most reliable information is that which has been developed through a scientific approach to research based on a philosophy of rationalism and empiricism. In other words, we need to use a combination of logic, observation and measurement to understand the world around us. Whether it's the physical or social sciences, the same rules apply to the development of reliable and valid information. We take great pride in applying this rigour to all our research, whether it be to our internal research program or to our contract research activities. This has contributed to the reputation of the Foundation as an independent voice on the prospects of the Hunter region, a reputation that has been developed over 56 years and is one that is hard to replicate. This process of scientific inquiry needs to happen to provide the content which sits on information infrastructure platforms. The difficulty for many information seekers is being able to separate the reliable, well-researched information from that which may be heavily disguised individual or group opinion, often masquerading as information and research. Many of us would recognise the warning not to believe everything you read in the newspaper, a warning which of course is relevant when sourcing information from the internet. We believe the existence of independent regional bodies such as the Foundation, dedicated to providing regional information based on sound research methodologies, is an important ingredient for the evidence-based decision-making and policy formulation at the regional level. Regional communities need to have confidence that the people providing information to key decision makers understand the local region and are aware of the local issues. While every 5 years we obtain a snapshot of our local communities through the Australian census, and next month, or this coming month, is the first information is going to be released from our 2011 census, we still need information in between these snapshots, as well as the information dealing with the issues of local importance. In the Hunter, the issues of concern with life after steelmaking have obviously been replaced with conflicts over regional land use, as was evidenced yesterday with a protest here in Macquarie Street. This information and knowledge can be a two-edged sword, particularly when the regional or local needs may be in conflict with broader interests. While bureaucracies are well known for wanting to control information, a healthy democracy requires a well-informed community to be able to fully participate in the debate about their future. Furthermore, many bureaucracies have a preference for control from the centre based on a desire for standardised systems and a search for economic efficiencies. Of course, this all sounds very logical until there's a need to encourage innovation and differences and recognise regional unique strengths, differences and opportunities which might be outside the one-size-fits-all approach. And of course, it requires an element of risk which sometimes doesn't necessarily fit into that model. Not all regions have the level of detail of information or the time series that we have in the Hunter, yet I believe it's something that they probably should have. An investment in regional research bodies which empower regional communities to understand and monitor their own economies can go a long way to improving regional resilience. I'm sure that the audience here today are fully appreciative that the Hunter has been doing the heavy lifting for the New South Wales economy over the last few years. Unemployment in the region overall continues to be under 5%, while the Upper Hunter local government areas are recording unemployment rates of under 2%. Our business surveys continue to indicate skills and labour shortages being cited as major constraints by a large proportion of businesses, particularly in the Upper Hunter. The most recent population growth figures show Maitland as the fastest growing non-Sydney local government area with a population growth of 2.1% last year. It was the 7th fastest growing LGA in New South Wales. Other Hunter local government areas in the top 20, interesting enough, included Gloucester, Cessnock and Muswellbrook. Using a different metric, numbers of people rather than percentage growth, Lake Macquarie, Newcastle and Maitland were the only non-Sydney local governments in the top 20, with the exception of Wyong, which had the 18th largest increase in population. In contrast, there's about 24 local government areas in New South Wales that actually lost population. And of course, all of those are in the western areas of New South Wales, but range from the north to the south. Surprisingly, the Hunter local government area which had the slowest population growth in the Hunter was Singleton, located in the heart of the coal industry. And while the Singleton local government area is the major source of mining royalties for the state, the fact that the surrounding areas are experiencing higher population growth shows the interrelationship between areas within the region. And just having talked to Dr Hon, the General Manager of Singleton, it also reflects, I guess, some of the services that are available. So it's that interaction at the regional level which is really important in terms of understanding infrastructure needs within the region. The mobility of the regional workforce is highlighted every day as many people commute between their place of residence, often in the Lower Hunter, and their place of work in the Upper Hunter. As the population increases and business developments continue throughout the region, the pressure on local transport and community infrastructure will intensify. The work of the Foundation can help identify those aspects of community infrastructure which are most under pressure and provide guidance about the appropriate investment for the future. The Foundation has been working with Infrastructure New South Wales to do just that. As the Foundation enters its 57th year, we believe that the partnership between the Hunter community and the state government is one that has provided substantial benefits to all parties. As Eileen mentioned, there's certainly, from a benefit cost perspective and also productivity increases, the Foundation has really been providing significant increases. But given the Foundation undertakes further research for our sponsors and other research organisations from around Australia, an investment in the Foundation helps contribute to the knowledge economy within the Hunter and helps provide regional jobs, both of which are stated goals of the Department of Trade and Investment. And I doubt that there's a government department that can provide the same value for money. In finishing, recognising that that's the call to arms, I'd like to thank all of you for your support. The list of sponsors acknowledged by Eileen earlier is who's who of the Hunter business community. Our board members are also a who's who of the Hunter and give their time voluntarily, so thanks again to them. Also, as well as our board, our staff form a great team and maintained a unique approach to regional development and delivered many benefits to our clients and our regional communities. An investment in regional research is an investment in the future of regional New South Wales. The Foundation has been an integral part of the evolution of one of Australia's preeminent regional economies and should serve as an excellent example of how governments can help regions to help themselves. Thank you very much.